1. Which principle of adult learning emphasizes that learners benefit most when new knowledge connects to their prior experiences? A. Reinforcement theory. B. Experiential learning. C. Cognitive dissonance. D. Behavior modification. 2. When evaluating training effectiveness in a correctional environment, which method best measures actual behavioral change on the job? A. Reaction survey. B. Written examination. C. 360-degree feedback. D. On-the-job observation. 3. A probation officer designing a mentoring program should primarily focus on A. Rote memorization of policies. B. Opportunities for experiential practice. C. Repetition of lectures. D. Detailed written reports. 4. Which of the following is most consistent with Knowles' andragogy principles? A. Learners are dependent on instructors. B. Adults are motivated by external rewards only. C. Adults bring valuable prior knowledge to the learning process. D. Adults prefer strictly lecture-based instruction. 5. A key aspect of formative evaluation in curriculum development is to A. Provide certification after program completion. B. Identify gaps during program design and delivery. C. Measure long-term outcomes. D. Eliminate program revisions. 6. In mentoring, the most effective feedback approach is A. General praise without specifics. B. Immediate, specific, and actionable comments. C. Annual evaluations only. D. Focus only on negative behaviors. 7. Which regulatory principle ensures consistent and fair treatment of probationers across New York State? A. Subjective judgment. B. Evidence-based guidelines. C. Individual bias allowance. D. Unstructured discretion. 8. When creating a curriculum for new probation officers, the inclusion of scenario-based case studies supports which adult learning strategy? A. Passive memorization. B. Contextualized practice. C. Redundant repetition. D. Rote recitation. 9. An effective method to assess whether officers internalize ethical standards is A. Multiple choice test only. B. Supervisor observation of applied decisions. C. Distribution of manuals. D. Reading assignments. 10. Which communication strategy is best for de-escalating conflict with a resistant probationer? A. Aggressive confrontation. B. Reflective listening. C. Avoidance of dialogue. D. Repetition of authority. 11. A probation officer must document compliance training accurately to A. Meet state reporting and audit requirements. E. Avoid mentoring responsibilities. C. Reduce instructional time. D. Replace staff development sessions. 12. Summative evaluation of officer training is primarily intended to A. Provide informal peer feedback. B. Determine overall program effectiveness. C. Replace ongoing mentorship. D. Eliminate participant input. 13. When developing performance objectives for training, which criterion should always be included? A. Clear measurable outcomes. B. Generalized statements. C. Open-ended expectations. D. Subjective assumptions. 14. An adult learner's intrinsic motivation is most often tied to A. Workplace recognition. B. Relevance of material to job tasks. C. Random rewards. E. Memorization incentives. 15. The primary advantage of peer mentoring is A. Reduced paperwork. B. Increased transfer of practical skills. C. Reliance on supervisors only. D. Limiting collaboration. 16. Which communication model focuses on encoding, transmitting, decoding, and feedback? A. Shannon-Weaver model. B. Reflective model. C. Behavioral approach. D. Authority model. 17. When designing assessment tools for training, reliability ensures that A. Results remain consistent over repeated administrations. B. Outcomes are unpredictable. C. Scores differ by trainer preference. D. Results cannot be reproduced. 18. Which evaluation level in Kirkpatrick's model measures organizational results? A. Reaction. B. Learning. C. Behavior. D. Results. 19. A regulatory compliance audit ensures that A. Officers adhere to training attendance. B. Policies meet state and federal standards. C. Supervisors reduce workload. D. Evaluation is not documented. 20. Which technique is most effective in mentoring novice officers in interviewing skills? A. Reading transcripts only. B. Role-playing exercises with feedback. C. Watching videos passively. D. Memorizing dialogue lines. 21. When developing curriculum, aligning objectives with assessments ensures A. Validity of training outcomes. B. Increased subjectivity. C. Arbitrary grading. D. Redundant tasks. 22. An essential skill for mentors in correctional environments is A. Authoritarian command. B. Empathetic communication. C. Avoidance of feedback. D. Strictly punitive measures. 23. The principle of self-directed learning encourages officers to A. Rely exclusively on instructors. B. Take ownership of their professional development. C. Avoid independent study. D. Follow rote instructions. 24. Which communication barrier is most common in cross-cultural correctional interactions? A. Shared assumptions. E. Misinterpretation of nonverbal cues. C. Common language use. D. Active listening. 25. Formative evaluation in training emphasizes A. Continuous improvement during delivery. B. Certification at completion. C. Strict final testing. D. Exclusion of participant input. 26. An effective mentoring program in probation focuses on A. Transferring tacit knowledge through observation and dialogue. B. Standardized testing only. C. Minimal supervision. D. Independent isolation. 27. Which teaching method best supports adult probation officers learning investigative documentation? A. Case study analysis. B. Silent reading. C. Memorization drills. D. General discussion without practice. 28. Confidentiality rules in probation officer training are governed by A. Personal discretion. B. State statutes and policies. C. Informal agreements. D. Peer consensus. 29. A core feature of competency-based curriculum is A. Measuring skill mastery against defined standards. B. Length of training time. C. Volume of lecture material. D. Trainer preference. 30. Which communication strategy fosters trust in a mentoring relationship? A. Consistent active listening. B. Dismissing concerns. C. Interrupting frequently. D. Using technical jargon exclusively. 31. The primary role of evaluation rubrics is to A. Establish transparent grading criteria. B. Increase ambiguity. C. Reduce accountability. D. Avoid feedback. 32. Training and motivational interviewing helps probation officers. A. Strengthen client engagement and behavior change. B. Rely solely on directives. C. Eliminate dialogue. D. Increase confrontation. 33. Which element of adult learning theory stresses immediate application? A. Relevance. B. Passive listening. C. Extended memorization. D. Detachment. 34. Mentors who provide constructive feedback should focus on A. Specific behaviors and strategies for improvement. B. General criticism. C. Non-contextual praise. D. Avoiding dialogue. 35. Which regulatory compliance document outlines professional standards for probation officers? A. State Civil Service Guidelines. B. Peer instruction manuals. C. Informal mentor notes. D. Officer personal logs. 36. In program evaluation, validity ensures that A. Assessment measures what it intends to measure. B. Outcomes remain inconsistent. C. Trainer bias determines results. D. Results vary without reason. 37. Which adult learning approach emphasizes collaborative problem solving? A. Cooperative learning. B. Lecture-only format. C. Authoritarian instruction. D. Repetitive drills.